Hey everybody, I'm Coach Ahmed, and on behalf of all of Texas Premier, we hope that you and your loved ones have been staying safe and doing well during these times. Unfortunately, these have been really difficult times and unprecedented times that the world has seen in this pandemic, and I'm sure this has impacted everybody in a certain way. If there's anything that us, as our coaching staff here at Texas Premier, can do for you or your families, please let us know. We're here to help and support you. Our coaching staff has met regularly throughout the weeks during this situation and seeing how this has impacted our organization. We've been following STISA guidelines, CDC, and the federal state guidelines. We've been speaking regularly with STISA on how we can return safely back to our organization. Last week, our coaches had a very successful meeting outlining the guidelines on how to return back to a safe playing environment so your kid and you may feel safe. We believe that all these guidelines and policies that we've set and put in place follow all the recommended state and federal and U.S. soccer guidelines on how we can return to a safe environment to have sports back in our lives. I want to let you know that by no means that you should feel pressure whatsoever to come out to training, that this is only optional for those that do want to come out. But for those that do want to come out, please know that our coaches have put together a very well thought out plan on how we can come back safely into a training environment that follows these guidelines in the new social distancing. By no means will this affect your roster spot or jeopardize anything going into the fall 2020 season. I'd like to personally thank every one of you for being a part of this club and believing in us and trusting us with your kids' future and supporting us through these tough times. I'd like to also thank all of our coaches and all of our staff for their hard work and efforts that they've put in. I'd really like to let you know that please know that none of our coaches make a single dollar of this. They do this purely because they love to and the passion that drives them in wanting to be out there with your kids and mentoring them on and off the field. We do everything we can to make sure your kid is good on the soccer field and off the soccer field. Later, you'll see the rest of our coaches speak on the guidelines and the measures that we've taken and the protocols that we're following in this environment. We wanted to ensure a safe practice environment, the schedules and the information given to you so that you know what it may look like. In the next few minutes, you're going to hear from some of our coaches that discuss everything that you should know ahead of coming out to training and the new guidelines that have been set. Please know we can't do this alone, and we require everyone's cooperation. From the coaches to the parents to the players, we hope that we can continue to practice in a safe environment for you and your children. Thank you.
I know many of you are as excited to go back to the fields as the coaches are. But first, we need you to do a couple things before you can do that. Please go to texaspremiersc.com and choose the Information tab. There are a couple forms that you will need to fill out. The first one is the Return to Play waiver, and the second one is the Health Assessment form. These need to be completed and signed before you will be allowed to return to training. Once you have these filled out and signed, please take a picture of that and send it to your coach. You can do that through either email, text, or the Remind app, but do not bring these forms to the field. Once you arrive to training, parents will be asked to stay in their car. They may either drop you off and pick you up after training, but they are not allowed out onto the field. The same goes for siblings and other family members. The only people that will be allowed out are players and coaches. Next, when you arrive, there will be a tent set up for temperature checks. These will be no contact. No player with a fever will be allowed to attend training. There's no exception. If you are able to check your player's temperature before they come to training, please do so. You can then take a picture of doing that, send it to your coach, and then they will be allowed to skip the tent as they come in. Please, if you are even remotely feeling like you are sick or unwell or have shown a fever, do not attend training. We know this may seem like a hassle, but please understand that Texas Premier is doing everything that we can possibly to see that everyone stays safe during this.
Hi, I'm Coach Kim, and along with myself and the other coaches at Texas Premier, We're beyond excited that we can come back and train. But in order to do that, we must follow some guidelines. So let's start off with the drop-off. Now, we ask that parents please stay in the vehicles and just drop off their kids. If you are early, please stay in the vehicle to about 5 minutes prior to. This will allow you to put on your cleats, your socks, and those mandatory shin guards. We're also asking once the players arrive to the pitch to also maintain that 6-foot social distancing. We know that it can be difficult because you haven't seen your teammates in a while, but please, no high fives or any type of hugs before, during, or after practice. We also ask that every player bring their own ball. No coach will have any additional soccer balls to distribute for the practice. So please, make arrangements to get your own soccer ball prior to practice. Now also too, water. The summer heat is here, and we require all players to have a minimum of 32 ounces of water. That is approximately 2 of these guys, but we know that's not enough. So if you haven't already, please go out and buy one of these. That should give you enough water to have during one of the training sessions. And last, masks. We are not enforcing players to wear masks. We are leaving that up to the discretion of the parents, but it's highly recommended. But we do enforce all coaches to wear masks, so you will see us wearing the masks on the field. And one thing I did forget, please do not touch any additional equipment on the field, the cones or anything that a coach has set out. We want to reduce any type of contact with any equipment on the field. We believe at Texas Premier that if all players, parents, and coaching staff follow these guidelines, we can come back to train and in a safe and healthy environment. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Coach Victor Martinez. I'm the coach for goalkeepers and U14. I just want to start off by saying thank you everybody for the support. Thank you for your patience during this pandemic. We're just making these little videos to update you on our return. We are really happy to be able to be back. We're going to be focusing on 1-hour sessions for everybody. They're going to focus on speed and agility, dribbling, ball touches, and strength. Each player will have their zone where they will be doing their individual drills. Their bag and their water will be right next to their zone. That way they're not interacting with other players and we're safely practicing social distancing. We will ease back to normal drills when the appropriate time comes. There's no rush for us. Our main concern right now is player and coach safety. We have created a layout of 4 fields. We will send the field map and have signs up with field numbers. Let me go over the schedule for everybody. We are going to be doing goalkeepers, field 1, 5:30 to 6:30. U9 and U10, field 3, 6:45 to 7:45. U11, U12, field 4, 6:45 to 7:45. U13, U14, field 1, 6:45 to 7:45. U19 girls, session 1, field 2, 6:45 to 7:45. U17, U18, and U19 boys, field 1, 8 to 9. U19 girls, session 2, field 2, 8 to 9. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to your coach, and we will be happy to provide all the answers. Thank you, and excited to see everybody soon. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Miguel Fernandez. I'm the director of the Elysian branch for Texas Premier Soccer Club. I'm very, very happy and I'm very excited that we can finally have a date where we can come back to the training fields. We've missed our players very, very much and we just can't wait to get out there and get back to work. However, we always keep our players' health and our players' safety as a priority, which is why we have certain guidelines and new procedures for our training sessions. From now on, we will continue having our training sessions Tuesday and Thursday. However, each training session is going to be split up into groups. For the first few weeks, our U14 team will be training on field number 1. U14 will be split into 3 sessions, okay? Each session running 35 minutes. Then for field 2, 3, and 4, we will have our younger groups, which is our U10 and our U9, and then our developmental group. Okay. Our field 2, our field 3, and our field 4 will be split into 2 sessions. U14 has 3 sessions. Everybody else will have 2 sessions. For U14, sessions will run 35 minutes for now, and then our U9, our U10, and our developmental groups will run 50-minute sessions for now. Okay, it's very important that we follow these procedures so we can keep as much distance for our players to maximize the safetyness and the healthiness for everybody, and we can slowly be able to be on track to return to a full practice. Thank you guys. Have a great and wonderful day.